tragedy that occurred right here in this neighborhood. So I'm going to give our partners an opportunity to speak, but I do really want to thank our federal partners for partnering with us and helping us seek closure in this case.
Good morning. Thank you, Chief. This is a classic example of where local, state, and federal partners come together to try to find the offenders responsible for this crime. This is a joint investigation led by the West Palm Beach Police Department, and the FBI is here to support them in any form or way that they need. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning. Just want to say that ATF Miami Field Division wishes to offer our condolences to the family of the victim in this tragic event. We are here to support our federal, state, and local partners in any way possible. ATF basically seeks to foster, build, and maintain solid relationship with our partners as often as possible. This is a joint investigation of West Palm Beach Police Department, and as I said, we're basically just here to help. Thank you.
Okay, we have Captain Dennis Robo from Investigations and Lieutenant Bill DeVito that's also here with two of our homicide detectives that are also the lead. So we'll just open up for any questions that you may have regarding this incident.
What can you tell us about how the shooting occurred? Can you give us kind of how this played out?
All right, we're not going to comment about that at this moment. Obviously, the people that are responsible know exactly what happened, and the people that witnessed this incident knows what happened. So we're asking for them to come forward, and so that they can share that information. I think if we actually told you that, that's going to compromise our witnesses down the road. And the last thing we want to do is compromise a case that's important, not just to this family, but for the people that live here in this community.
Are you looking for one person or more than one?
We're looking for everyone that's involved in the shooting incident that led to this incident. So that could be multiple people. And again, I believe the people that are responsible for this incident knows exactly what we're talking about.
Are you getting any cooperation really from the neighbors around here who may have heard or seen something?
Not that I'm aware of. That's why we are offering them $40,000 to come forward and help us solve this case.
What is your reaction that nobody has stepped forward?
I think it's a shame. I think that this community needs to take ownership and say, it's time for a change here. There's too many violence, there's too many shootings in this neighborhood, and we need to stop it. And we need the community to be a part of our partnership, which you see standing before you, and say enough is enough. We need to stop this. We need to hold these people accountable for their actions, and I think we need to all work together for a common cause, and that's to bring this neighborhood to a safe environment.
There's a video camera right where it happened. Was that video camera working? Was it able to record the moment of the incident?
We're not going to comment on any of the physical evidence. Again, we don't want to compromise this case. We don't want to educate people on the facts of what we actually have as far as evidence at this time, because we really believe this is a very important case, and the last thing that we need is to have an error when we get into a court proceedings, and this case becomes compromised as a result of that.
Since this happened, Chief, we really haven't heard anything about what the motive was. Was somebody targeted in the car, or was it just a random act where a child unfortunately was hit by a stray bullet?
Well, again, I don't want to comment on the motive. I mean, clearly the people responsible know what that motive was at that time of this incident, and the people that might have been the witnesses may have some knowledge of that as well.
So if we break it down, Chief, West Palm Beach Police Department, the FBI, those $40,000 are broken down by which departments or agencies?
Yeah, the West Palm Beach Police Department, we initiated this award with posting a $10,000 award, and then we were later joined by the United States Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, and the United States Federal Bureau of Investigation, and then the most recent one is the West Palm Beach Police Fund, all of which donated $10,000 each, and we have a total of $40,000 that we're offering today for someone that can help us solve this case.
Is it lawful to create a GoFundMe for a reward for this? So the community can also pitch in. It's going to be a higher number, and maybe it's going to motivate more people.
Sounds like a great idea. We could definitely look into that.
What information do they have to supply to be eligible for the $40,000?
We're looking for information that's going to lead to an arrest and conviction of the person responsible for this shooting.
Are you personally frustrated about this thing, about how long it's taking? And,
Can you tell?
huh?
Can you tell?
Well, can you
Well, I
verbalize
mean,
that?
yeah, everybody's frustrated. We have an incident like this, and where's the voice of the community saying enough is enough? When are we going to make a change here? When are we going to come together as a group of people and say, a 16-month-old was murdered? Should we be the only one upset about this? I think the people that lay their heads on the pillow at night in this neighborhood should be upset as well. We all need to come together and say enough is enough, and let's make a positive change for this community. Let's solve this case.
The children's parents were in the car. They haven't provided any information about a possible name of a shooter here?
Again, I don't want to compromise the case. I want to talk about the evidence. I want to talk about our efforts here to get more information so that we can solve this case.
Do you think, Chief, that maybe witnesses might be afraid?
Of what?
Retaliation, being the next victim?
Well, retaliation is, still again, I mean, a 16-month-old is murdered. Where's the voice of the community? Is it that this is going to be accepted by the people that live in this neighborhood? Or are we going to make a positive change? Yes.
Are you able to share some of the protections you have in place for those who do come forward with information? Eyewitness protection type.
No, we haven't gotten that far. We don't even have a witness. So, I mean, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Anything else?
So are we basically correct in saying, Chief, that there needs some dried out work done to have a solid read at this point?
Hold on a second. Say it again.
Is it fair for us to say then that the leads have dried up, that you don't really have a lot of information right now to go on?
And we're seeking more. Yes.
And what specifically are you doing to try to solve the case?
Gather evidence, build a case, make an arrest, and then take them to trial and convict them.
Is the gun recovered?
I'm not going to comment on that.
Since the shooting, what have you done actively in this neighborhood? Have you had more people? Are they on the ground? Are they what's changed?
As far as our operations?
Yeah.
I think that this is a high crime neighborhood that we have not ignored, and we have a lot of resources dedicated to this neighborhood, and we're doing our best to reduce crime in this neighborhood. So those efforts haven't changed, and we're going to continue to do so.
And another question, you can remain, someone who comes forward with information can remain anonymous, that's correct, is that correct?
We take all information that is given to us, and then we will evaluate it, anonymous, non-anonymous, but we're looking for someone that's going to help us solve this case and that lead to a conviction. Anything else? You good? 5? Al? Any more evidence questions?
In the press release here, it gives the basic scenario, Chief, about what happened. So I thought that's why perhaps you could just give us that.
You can put it on the ground. We're done.
You good?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I mean, you guys want to comment? I don't know if you saw the press release, but that's pretty much what we're gonna stick to what we released in the press. We kind of limited as to what we're gonna say at this time because we don't want to compromise the evidence that we currently have. Yes? Good?
We're going to be distributing some flyers in the area too.